Good morning, everyone. I'm reporting to you from a beautiful resort north of Toronto, about 70 kilometers north of Toronto. And I would like to give you some updates about the developments in the world of immigration. Before we move forward, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and enable notifications. Let's first focus on travel restrictions to Canada. You need to know travel restrictions to Canada are still in force. It means that if you are a US citizen, you may not travel to Canada for discretionary reasons, only for essential reasons. In fact, you cannot easily come here to visit your common law partner, despite the very fact that you are allowed to do so. If you have a common law partner or a spouse who is a Canadian citizen or permanent resident and you intend to visit them, make sure bring enough documentation to prove your relationship to the Border Services officer. Right now I'm dealing with cases that they have been denied entry to Canada from the US when they tried to cross the border, and even a severe case that they received an exclusion order which has prevented them from entering Canada for 1 full year. So be very careful about traveling to Canada. The same restrictions apply to people from outside the United States. If you are not a permanent resident of Canada or a citizen of Canada, you are very likely cannot travel to Canada. They have mentioned that if you hold a study permit or a work permit that was issued before March 18th, 2020, you may travel to Canada. But unfortunately, I've had cases among my clients that they left Canada because of that reason. They tried to come back and CBSA or the Canada Border Services Agency didn't authorize they travel back to Canada and they're stuck outside Canada. What about the immigration courts? In terms of a Federal Court of Canada, they resumed hearings on July 14th. It means that now we have in-person hearings and some of judicial review cases will resume. Get in touch with your immigration lawyer and they will let you know if you have a hearing in the near future. In terms of Immigration Refugee Board of Canada, Refugee Protection Division has decided to resume its hearings. In Vancouver, the hearings have already been resumed, and in other places we will see the in-person hearing taking place on the week of August 5th, 2020. If you are waiting for your refugee hearing, get in touch with your immigration consultant or immigration lawyer or paralegal and ask them if you have a hearing coming up in the upcoming weeks. In terms of immigration to Canada, you may still submit your application for immigration to Canada. However, they have announced that they are processing online applications only, and to be more specific, express entry cases. In terms of on-paper applications, depending on which visa office is processing your application, it will be processed, albeit very slowly. I am dealing with different visa offices and many of them have not really resumed processing applications. The only visa offices that have been communicating with me in the past few weeks was visa office in Singapore, the visa office in Delhi, the visa office in Warsaw, and I cannot recall if I have ever in the past few weeks received any communications from any other visa offices. I'm pretty sure some of those visa offices that I don't have any cases, they are also processing applications, but be mindful, the processing is very slow. In fact, I have some sponsorship cases that they are prioritized, even sponsoring of a child, and they are not processing them. So don't you expect that you will see quick processing of your application. In terms of temporary cases, you've probably heard about the study permit issue. So the government of Canada has decided to process study permit applications in 2 stages. This means that you may submit your application without going through biometrics or doing your medical examination, and they will process your application accordingly. And if they approve it in principle, you may start engaging in studying in Canada for online training. And whenever you start on your online training, this will be calculated towards your postgraduate work permit, the work permit that you will receive after finishing your studies, which is great. But you still need to do your medical examination or your biometrics and complete your application. And then if they approve your full study permit, you may come to Canada, of course, when the borders are open and the schools resume in-person training. What about work permit? Unfortunately, for work permit, even if they process your application, you may not travel to Canada and start your work in Canada. There are 3 exceptional situations. If your work is in the field of healthcare, or in the field of truck driver, or in the field of agriculture. In those situations, you may come to Canada and start your work, but again, these are exceptional circumstances. Double check with your airline and make sure that you are clear to travel to Canada. And in terms of visit visa applications, if you have submitted your application online, they will process your application. Having said that, they announced it on July 1st that they will resume processing visa applications that are submitted online, but so far the only responses that I have received were from inside Canada offices, nothing from outside Canada offices yet. For me, obviously, the experience for other immigration consultants could be different. Even if you receive your visit visa to Canada or your ETA, electronic travel authorization, it doesn't mean that you can travel to Canada. Look at travel restrictions. Right now, most people who hold visit visas or ETAs, they may not travel to Canada. There are some exceptional situations. For example, if you're under 22 and your parents are inside Canada and they are Canadian citizens or permanent residents, you may visit them. If you are visiting your spouse who is a Canadian citizen or permanent resident, you may visit them. But in most other situations, you are not allowed to travel to Canada. Double check with immigration authorities. I decided to make some changes in terms of the scenery for the rest of the video. I just want to let you know that many of visa application centers are now open and you can take biometrics. So we have actually a link on our website that you can check out which visa application centers are open. In terms of express entry, you need to know that the government on July 22nd invited 557 people under express entry, but all those invitations were done under provincial nominee program. Thank you very much for watching this video. My name is Parsai. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I teach immigration consulting at Ashton College. I'm the author of 88 Tips on Immigration to Canada. Please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel and enable notifications. See you soon.